Seven Rings Magic Island. We making magic happen. OT, 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 baby. Yeah, you know the game needs me. We've been putting numbers on the board. We've been running around the city popping, keeping it high. We're live at the studio. Untouchable is now on Spotify. Untouchable is now on Spotify Music. Big shout out to the distribution. Do we give a big shout out to CD Baby, TuneCore, and DistroKid, as well as the rest of the distros that we work with? Universal Records, Warner, Interscope. We gotta continue to receive our paychecks. Big shout out to Apple Music as well. Untouchable is gonna be on there real soon. It's on WMIRecords.com, World Music Innovations. You know, it's the Winners Club, Coconut Kingdom family in the building. So we wanted to just say that Untouchable is out now. You know, we did that in Houston. It was something unbelievable. They said, how about we play some of your music? I said, that sounds very good to me. Sounds very good. We did a shout out to Spotify. And then we did the exclusive Untouchable verse in Houston. Wasn't expected the freestyle out. So once we did the freestyle out in Houston, we laid it on the record. And the record is out now on all distros. And it's in the process. So Spotify is up. That's a big shout out to Spotify. Shout out to Apple. Shout out to the rest of the distribution as well. We can work. We can do a lot of work. Shout out to Tidal. Big shout out to Tidal. Running the game. Talk about it. Big waves in the city. What we talking about? Back to Marlin. Magic Island. 7 rings, baby. 10 toes down. #1 daily mix. A lot of my supporters, a lot of individuals around the world been wondering about so different countries around the world been wondering, what is that daily mix #1 about? Was that like when you said that on Rude Boys? Baking in the kitchen like I'm at my grandma's house? A daily mix? Yes, indeed. What does the daily mix say? We gotta get that clean and clear. It says, she want me. Josh Ford Music, Joshua Elijah Ford, daily mix #1. We're talking aqua. We're talking colorway clean like the green. Money green like the SIA going MIA. I was outside MIA running around. Money green satin on my back. Then guess what I did? I listened to a song. It said I want to wear a coat. I want to buy a coat. I want to buy a coat. I had to put the fur on. We made a movie. Daily mix #1. Big shout out to the other artists that we see here. It says Josh Ford, Russ, and La Russell. Daily mix #1. So we had to hold it down for the city. #1. That right there is part of the 7 rings. So if we have to do a 3-on-3 right now, let me tell you what that's looking like. That's looking like nasty work right now. That 3-on-3 alone. Look at that. It's a Josh Ford, Russell, Spotify music. What song is that? Josh Ford, She Want Me. Said, not a nice guy, baby, I'm a fly boy, girl, that know she want me. Ooh, girl, when them girl them look, yeah, I know she. Yeah, when them girl them look, yeah, I know she want me. So we're gonna give you a snippet. On the bottom of that, it says the life. Cheers to the life, all the years we've been putting that time in. That's a 3v3 right there. What we talking? Back to bottom. You know the pay-per-view numbers on that? Josh Ford, Russell. What we talking? Say Russell, Josh Ford. Say La Russell, Josh Ford. Say Josh Ford, Russell. Say La Russell, Josh Ford, Russ. Say Josh La Russell, Russ. That look like 500 right there. That looks like a fortune. That looks like pay-per-view crazy. If you play that song right there right now, daily mix. We're not talking about any of the rest of the songs. We're talking She Want Me. #1 on a daily mix. We're talking 3 rings, #1 trophies at the same time. Some of the biggest names in history. Some of the 3 biggest names across the globe. State to state, international. You see those 3 names? People are screaming. People are crying. People are throwing bikini seasons. People are losing their minds. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she. State to state, city poppin', international. City pop. That's not what you might have thought it was. This is called Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. This is called Universal Records, Warner Music, Sony. It's called Interscope. It's called Rostrum. This is called Constant Cash Records. This is called World Music Innovation. That alone, history. They said, would you please play it then? I said, we have to just say some things. You hear that sample? Big shout out to Where's my drink? Cause we just don't sink. It's a lifestyle, baby, that's a brand new when them girl them look, yeah, I know she want me. Spotify. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she. Tidal. When them Apple Music. Look, yeah, I know she want me. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she rendezvous. Man say, but cool. Bad little thing, she a 10 plus 2. If you roll with me, I'ma ride for you. Got the black on lock, too hot like June. Plug go up, we turn up too. Global flights and hotel rooms. Girls go wild, cars go vroom. Poppy's back left way too soon. Not a nice guy, baby, I'm a fly boy. Girl, them bad, and I know she want me. Overseas Riz, I'm a real big king. Models, pageants, runway dreams. Penthouse rooftop, where's my drink? Dubai flights, bling, vegan wings. Who's on yes, but we just don't sink. It's a lifestyle, baby, it's a brand new thing. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she want me. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she want me. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she want me. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she want me. Shoulders, knees, toes, baby get low, try to dance to the flow. Cars, mansions, planes, boats, boss life, baby, this the life I chose. L.A., Cancun, girls love J everywhere I go. Worldwide, bang, roll, pop bag, baby, left way too soon. Ayy, not a nice guy, baby, I'm a fly boy, girl, done bad, and I know she want me. Serious, I'm a real big thing, models, pageants, runway dreams. Penthouse rooftop, where's my drink? Dubai flights, bling, who's on yachts, but we just don't sink. Big time, click the link, download it, go to the website, go to TikTok, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go to Snapchat. Big things in the city right now. Shout out to Sayonara. Big time. We paid bro for that. It went up. Shout out to the alley-oop too. What we talking? Back to balling. That's our alley-oop. Wait. Let me double check. Alley-oop. Shout out to my bro Killer. That's who. Kilowatts. He threw me that. Boom. Sayonara. Boom. Apple Music. Boom. Spotify. Boom. Josh Ford. Russ. The Russell. Josh Ford. The Russell. Russ. And vice versa. Big time. Daily Mix. You know. We promote the daily mix and the content. We talking. We don't even need organic per views. The concerts. The underground city popping. Running through the city. Friday night city popping freestyle. You gotta go download it. A lot of big things. 7 Rings, Magic Island. 7 Rings, Magic Island. I need my real ones to like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, share. Let's really do this. They said they wanted to see us on TikTok. So we gotta talk about it real quick. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. We got the content going viral. We got views across the globe. Home team doing big things. It's only right now to really do this big time. I got some French fries on the way. We're gonna do that. We're gonna update. We're gonna charge everything up and get this city booming one more time. Shout out to you know what it is. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen. So the mid shift didn't start yet, right? So that means we're still in between eating the lunch, doing it big time, and clocking in. We're trying to get our batter's box right. So we gotta keep working on the health as well, the shoulder activity. You know, that batter box gotta look clean. That batter box gotta look clean. That new sound gotta sound amazing. I need my real ones to put in your name, phone number, and email. Your name, phone number, and email. Can I say that any more times? No, I cannot. Cold callers need your name, phone number, and your email all the time. I need the name, phone number, and email all the time. This is how we about to do it. I gotta get to know you first in order to really bring that bag to you. So if you wanted that bag, I need your name, phone number, and email. Then you can get that product. Yes, you can. iTunes, Apple Music, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Meta. We gotta get it right. We gotta get it right. In the city popping, Friday night freestyle special version, I got it right. I got that one correct. They said we need a tech kit. They said, what do you mean by a tech kit? Apple Watch activity, Nike. Wow, that's the Taliban. We're doing big business, scaling behind the scenes. We're talking 3 shifts, maybe more. That's how we gotta move. We're talking, they're hungry right now and they want a plate lunch. I'm talking, I want more sales before we gotta go to lunch. What we doing? They're saying there's no foot traffic. I'm saying there's always traffic. We're talking about daily mix number 1. Always bringing foot traffic through the city. Daily mix number 1. Always bringing foot traffic through the city. That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking any which way there's about to be somebody that really want to do it. You could city pop and download that right now. Let me tell you something about city pop. If you download that right now, your vibration changes immediately. Your mood shifts. Excuse me, sir, you cannot do that to me. Yes, I can. All you gotta do is download City Pop right now. Talk about the daily mix though. She Want Me. That's up there. She Want Me went number 1 on the daily mix. Your boy Josh Ford. We have to stay underground. So the daily mix number 1. Billboard is supposed to report this correctly. Spotify daily mix number 1 straight up. Josh Ford, Russ, Russell. Josh Ford, Russell, Russ. The vibes gotta be right. Russ, Russell, Josh Ford. Ooh, daily mix number 1. We'll show more of the footage after, but she want me. When them girl them look, yeah, I know she want me. Yo, when them girl them look, yeah, I know she. Penthouse rooftop, where's my drink? Not a nice guy, baby, I'm a fly boy. Cars, mansions, planes, boss life, baby, that's the life I chose. Crazy record. Sayonara on the production. Went straight up. Batter box style. Like I pulled back. Boom. I launched that. I said, I turned back around. I started running. Boom. Swish. Nothing but net. 7 Rings, Magic Island is out now. 7 Rings, Magic Island. Some of the rarest records we're talking about that we ever heard on the face of the earth. We're talking from MySpace, before MySpace, now to TikTok, back to waiting for Snapchat Live. Unreleased features. We're talking about maximizing views, maximizing scaling ability. We're talking moving units and products, even when it's slow. It's not slow because we've been living a fast life, baby. What time is it? Game time. It's game time right now. We gotta update the computers. We gotta update the drum machines. We gotta update the laptops. We gotta update the tech kits. We gotta update the pianos. We gotta update the instruments. We gotta retune the samples. Woo! Retune the samples. I've been hearing a lot of this different sound. New sound, new sound, new sound in that City Pop special version. I had to do the special version. They said, how come where's the other one? I said I had to do the special version. That's what the city felt like. Fourth quarter, special version. Boom. I ran outside, threw that up, and said we did it. I said whatever timeline we're working on out here, it gotta be sped up. It gotta be moving, living a fast life, and doing it big time, all the time. We want to give a big shout out to the C414, baby. The golden child. We gotta give a big shout out to this one. It helped us get onto the daily mix. It helped us maintain in business. It helped us go #1 and do it big time all the time. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. And we're on Facebook. Make sure to go type my name in, Josh, F-O-R-D-E. Joshforde. I cannot stress that name more. To type in Google, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Holla at your boy. We're doing it real big, baby. I gotta get my lunch before I clock in. But we have to update everything, make everything brand new. That's what they said. They said, how about we just make everything brand new now? I said, we could do that. We could do that. We want to scale up. It's up only right now. Up only. It's up on right now. Let's get organized real quick. We gotta get everything clean and organized. That's what, before we start the shift, before we start our next shift, and we really jump in the game, they say we gotta get clean, we gotta get hydrated, we gotta get organized. So that's what we're doing. Charging everything and getting the city back popping. That was a fourth quarter play at the line. That was at the line. If you look at the footage, my foot was actually on like a little bit behind the line, but it looked like it was at the line. So you might have to really go look at where my footing was by that line when I threw that back. A lot of people be saying, was it past the line? I said, I don't think so. I think that was definitely like behind the line or at least like on it. They said you were in front of the line. I said you gotta replay that back probably. So we're gonna keep this here for now. I gotta go pull up on the side, but this is gonna be logged in. But you have to go check out that Daily Mix #1, She Want Me. The amount of okay, so I have my #1 R&B girls. So they're all #1 with me. Even my #1s are #1 with me. The twins love me. The quadruplets love me. The quintuplets love me. 5 all identical. All #1. They love me. I said, it's too beautiful outside right now. My R&B girls been screaming for me across the globe, dancing to the music. Some of the biggest dance conferences and concerts, they want to dance to the music. They want to run through the club to the music, scream to the music. We have to just say that before we clock in, before we do all our updates. All my real ones been rocking the merchandise since the anniversary editions. The anniversary editions, that's for the hustlers. I have to go on the news and say that for the hustlers. I had to go on the news and say that for the hustlers, the ones who had the anniversary editions. That's the all black for the hustlers. That's why I went on the news with the pastel palm. Like that. That's for the hustlers. That's why I had bro over there on the guitar. Put him in the classic. That was for the hustlers. That thing went straight up. Boom. They said there's a lot of unheard words. I pressed the go button. Boom. That thing flew. City popping. The special version, you have to listen to it. We just have to say that before we clock in. We gotta eat on our lunch break. Then we're gonna clock in for that night shift. The song Night Shift. That's when the jackpot vote, like the bank, had a lot of that in it. A lot of it. Like a cooler. So big shout out to all the instrument companies. Big shout out to Alesis. Big shout out to Presonus. Big shout out to KRK. You know, KRK had the whole thing booming. We gotta put the city popping on the KRK. That's gonna be something beautiful. When the KRK city pop, you can hear that with clarity. Shout out to Apple Music with the Apple headphones. Big shout out to the Apple Mac and Logic. And also big shout out to, you know, the iPhone and Apple Watch that been helping us stay in the game, helping us go state to state. I was running with the Apple Watch state to state. Looked like the whole place, the whole city was snowing. It was raining. I couldn't see a thing. I was running with the studio, with the Apple Watch, staying connected, saying, I'm in the game. So, shout out to Plugin Boutique. We gotta update all the apps. Shout out to Serato. We gotta update all the apps. Shout out to Native Instruments too, right? Shout out to the television companies. We're gonna set up the 65 pretty soon. Put that thing straight up there. We're gonna turn it into a movie. Shout out to Sony PlayStation. We gotta bring the 6 up already. Everybody's screaming for it. Also, shout out to Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast. We were getting the whole city back up. We love the you know. Shout out to IMX. Shout out to all of that. Josh for a show live and direct. We about to tune back in. We have new instrumentals on World Music Innovation. Some of the craziest music you ever heard. It's all exclusive luxury. I said, if you wanted to hear a tailored sound, if you click that link, your vibe will change. On Where You Been, they had PTSD. I say, if you had PTSD on Where You Been, you should have been here. Your vibe would change. That's a big mood activity. Hello? Business. Big shout out to Scalar. Big scales is going up. Heavyweight, featherweight. So I gotta eat 50 pounds. So how can I eat 50 pounds and transform? As the comeback kid. Shout out to Baby Audio. Delayed by Baby Audio, comeback kid. We're downloading the brand new update live behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, all the updates, you know, Scalar, Baby Audio, and let's give another big shout out to let's see. This is the Native Instruments. We're gonna update the plugins. Yeah, big shout out to Native Instruments. We just bought the plugin collection. So we gotta update it. And we're keeping it all updated with native access. So we like to work with a lot of instrument brands, right? Also, big shout out to on City Pop. We finally used the Avalon. We used the legendary Avalon on City Pop. That's why my vocal chain. They said, why was your vocal chain the craziest vocal chain in the globe?" Because I finally put it on City Pop. So not only was it 8 minutes, they also had an Avalon in it. Batter's box out the park. So you heard an Avalon for 8 minutes. That thing was going crazy. That might have been the first time in history we heard an Avalon for 8 minutes long off a City Pop special version. That probably might have been the first time, if I'm correct, that we heard an Avalon for 8 minutes long on a special version. That's why I had to do the special version. There's many reasons why it was the special version and not the other one, because that's just one alone. So we're updating all our plugins. We're giving shout outs to Alesis, Akai, right? MPC, even Native Instruments, Presonus, Audio Technica. But the Avalon, like we were in flight mode, state to state international, was 8 minutes long on City Pop. Legendary. History in the making. 8 minutes long. Avalon on a Golden Child. AKG. I don't know if anybody heard of Golden Child. AKG. With an Avalon on it. For 8 minutes long. In history. On the City Pop special version. So you can click the link and download it. If you wanted to hear a C414 with an Avalon, there's a lot of other drippy sauce on that for it to have got marinated that long and then placed into the oven. So when I marinated that and placed that into the oven for 8 minutes, we had the Avalon sauce, we had the C414 sauce, and then we had the City Pop sauce all marinated for 8 minutes before we really put that in. That's why on every Friday night now, one of the most legendary things that you could go download it on all plats. You could click the link, or especially click the link for WMIRecords.com and click it. Especially if you use Audio Technica. Big shout out to Audio Technica, Apple Music. We gotta get more products in sent to the Josh Ford Show immediately, because we want to test it on all different and even on the KRKs. So if you listen to City Pop and download that, marinated with the C414 special sauce, with the Avalon sauce, and with the City Pop 8-minute. That's why they said that's something unbelievable that they never heard, because I gave a couple of that shit. That's a pricey vocal chain, I said in there. That's one of the most expensive vocal chains in human history. Flying with the Avalon. That's one of the most luxury, expensive things in history. Talk about the Winners Club, Constant Cash Records, WMI, Coconut Kingdom Family. That's one of the most expensive 8 minutes in history ever documented. Flying with an Avalon for 8 minutes with a C414. So if you fly an Avalon and a C414 and a special version, It's one of the most expensive vocal chains in human history. That's only that. That's not including the rest. So that would have been 3 home runs like that. Out the park. I was just like this. Shout out to all the hard drive companies, the technology companies that made that happen too. The TV companies in the studio. So if you fly with a C14 with an Avalon with a special version and the extra sauce, you can listen to that for 8 minutes. They said there's no way World Music Innovations, Constant Cash Records, The Winners Club, Coconut Kingdom Family would even allow him. They said, do not allow him to do that. I said, no, you have to. I said, you have to let me release that and allow me to do that. Even if I blow the whole budget. That's why I had to do City Pop special version. I had to put the whole budget into that one. They got angry. The label said, don't do it. It's too expensive. I said, I have to do it. They said, I don't know. The accountant said, I don't know if he should do that. I said, even my girl left because they said, I don't know if he should do that. Guess what I did? I flew for 8 minutes. They're lucky that I wasn't on tape like that. I was all digital Nunu. All clean, crispy digital Nunu. All brand new. They said that's too expensive to do. Other studios like that, it wasn't all brand new. Mine was pretty much, they said you shouldn't do it. They said it's like Friday the 13th. Everybody ran. I said, I'm gonna do it. I flew it for 8 minutes. The C414 with the Avalon 754. I flew that thing for 8 minutes straight. Then I told him, put the special version on it. A whole lot of extra sauce. And I said, you have to release it. Now I gotta figure it out. It's going up all the way. I said, the accountants were shivering. The whole label was shivering. They said, we don't know if we could do that. I went in there. It's a Friday night. CJ show up. It's a celebration. Oh, I'm showing off. Say most expensive vocal chain in history. I think I flew that thing 754 to the moon. You know how many OZs had to go into that studio session? That's the 754. We're talking engineering. We're talking vintage technology with the brand new. They ran out of the building so fast. They said, we don't know. We probably cannot view this. I said, pay-per-views through the roof. The C414 with the Avalon 8-minute special version, extra sauce. I pressed go on it, and now you can go buy it. WMIRecords.com, AppleMusic.com. You can listen to it on your Apple headphones, or you can listen to it in the ride, in the exotic foreign. We played that in a big body exotic foreign. It felt like Need for Speed PlayStation 6 City Pop version, the special version. That's how expensive it felt. They were saying that's more expensive than a Lamborghini to do that for 8 minutes. I said, could you do that? I don't think you could do that for that long in that. The 414, the 750, is it the 757 or the 754? Let's double check.